traveling and something was on my mind, so I said, well, let me share with you all. And if you haven't heard by now, a lot of people are outraged with Tabitha Brown comment about people, entrepreneurs, getting a job and all this kind of stuff. I just want to put my my opinion, to put my give you my opinion on everything, because I am an entrepreneur. I walked away from a W-2, a job in healthcare, probably about I want to say about 7-8 years now. I haven't had an official W-2 where I had to go and be on nobody's time clock like that, in some years. And I'm going to tell you my point on what she said. Now, what I did was I stepped out on faith and I became a notary, and I created a notary business. Now, I had mentors, people I looked up to who were doing this as a profession, tell me, don't get you an LLC until you start making, $100,000, $200,000. I can't remember exactly how much they told me before I created an LLC for my business. Then I heard people that say, oh, before you do this notary thing, loan signing thing, you need to form a business. Get you a website, get on social media, create start a social media presence. Start marketing yourself as a business. So I heard a lot of mixed things from different people, and you're like, well, who do you believe? Like, you want to be a business, you want to start your own notary business, you want to, blase, you want to look legitimate. Now, 5 years into it, I know what I know, and so I'm going to share with you my thoughts on Tabitha Brown whole thing about entrepreneurship. It's time for you to get a job. It may not be working. It has not worked. Go watch her video. It'll make sense what I'm saying, because I had to watch her video too. People had put snippets, and it was all over social media, and I'm like, what are they talking about? And she said she ain't said nothing wrong. So I'm going to put my opinion out there, what I think she was saying. Like, a lot of people that start out doing this notary business, I used to be heavy in notary streets, trying to meet people, trying to mentor people, and people had an idea of this notary thing, loan signing especially, about making $10,000 a month, making $20,000, all this money they could possibly make, not really realizing or fully realizing how much hard work it would take to do that. And one person alone could not make that money. Not doing loan signs alone, right? You're having to do multiple things, add multiple things to your business, what I'm trying to get you all to understand. So I met a lot of people who got discouraged when they became a notary, wanting to jump into loan signings, because at the time North Carolina could only charge $5. Then it went to $10, but still you have to do a lot of notarizations to make that money. Not to say it's not possible, but how you doing? You do have to do a lot of notarization. So, okay, the next best thing since sliced bread is loan signings, conducting real estate closings, right? That's where a lot of people started making money. But the whole thing was, okay, well, we're not making a lot of money because the signing service is making most of the money. We're making, we're the middle, you were the middleman, so let's go direct. Well, once people started finding out going direct ain't as easy as people make it seem, or made it seem, they're like, oh my God, this might not be for me. I'm not making enough money. I need to go back and get a job and get a W-2. So I have room to speak on this. I've seen this firsthand, where I've seen a lot of people, they even went on YouTube, a lot of people, not knocking nobody. That people went on YouTube, started talking about their journey as a loan signing agent. We could watch them their day ins and day out. That would be encouragement. Plus, this is a lonely profession. A lot of times we are in our cars from sun to sundown. It's just us in our car. So to turn on someone who's doing what you're doing on YouTube or in a podcast and listen to them, it helps ease the burden. Then you have the notary buddies that you would have someone throughout the day you could call and talk to, share some of your experiences or your frustrations with. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like a little thing amongst each other. Okay? Well, like I said, a lot of people were seeing that 10,000 goal is not always easy to hit month after month after month. Yeah, when the interest rates were low and it was booming, you know what I'm saying? Signing service was paying that 100 plus, directs were paying that 100 plus, because business was booming. Business was booming. They could afford to pay us that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? But now that things have kind of shifted, the past couple of years, You may not always see that $100-some signing, or that direct that once hired you may not be hired or calling on you to come and do signings as often as they once were. So things have shifted. Also, people have to understand, you have to be in a market where people are buying and selling like constant. You can't be in a rural area where people aren't really buying like that. People aren't really selling like that. That's the number one thing people have to realize. It's based on your market. Not your marketing, but your market, okay? So that's the thing I want to talk about. Like, a lot of people who started out with me doing this loan signing did go back and find a job. Now, I've always knew to not just depend on one source of income. I've always had multiple streams of income since the beginning of doing this, right? When I left my W-2 job, I was doing eBay and Amazon, okay? Yes, it was a good time to do eBay and Amazon because of the pandemic. A lot of places was closed. A lot of things you couldn't get access to. So if you was an online merchant, you know, an online seller, you could come across those items. You could ship those items clear across the country. People were looking for those items, especially if they couldn't get those items in their area. So that was a great time. And I also did loan signing. So I've always had multiple streams of income. So what I'm trying to get in my point of view, in regards to what Tabitha Brown was saying about entrepreneurship, and maybe you just time you get a job is, you know what I'm saying, you have to realize what you're doing. Is there a need? Like, I talk to a lot of people who want to come start a business. I'm like, listen, do your market research. People don't want to do market research. And that's another thing. People don't want to do market research. They don't want to see if there's a need. They have the idea, but is there a need for what you're trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, like, do y'all remember, like, a while ago, a lot of people doing lashes. It was lash tape. Even people was opening up schools doing lashes, teaching us how to do our lashes. You know what I'm saying? That was a thing. But do you hear people talking about lashes? You remember when people were even buying lashes and selling lashes? Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that? Like, for real, do you? So what I'm trying to say is you have to do your market research. And that is time consuming. That is a headache. That is a pain, right? But it's very, very important. So I think a lot of people want to start a business because they might be tired of 9 to 5, but they're thinking that's to be a quick come up, a quick lick. It's not always that way. It's not always that way in business, okay? You have to understand that. You have to do market research to find out if there is a need. Yes, I am a notary public. There is always someone needing the notarization, something notarized. But do they need something notarized, always notarized between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, Saturday through Sunday? You don't know. So you have to put yourself out there to be available to be called on. Then another thing I think Tabitha Brown was trying to allure to that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people start the business and they might have a good run that first or second year. Just like I said, a lot of people that got into this notary business, loan signing agent business part, you know what I'm saying? They were doing good that first 2 years and they seen that the interest rates dropped, and so they wasn't making that much money. So therefore they went into, you know, a W-2. They went back to a W-2 and you don't see them no more. You know what I'm saying? You get in when it's good, but do you stay in when it's slow? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people feel like, you know, she was talking junk to people and talking bad on their dreams and stuff. I don't think she was talking junk to nobody. I think she was just saying the truth. And long as you not telling people, long as you tell people the truth and not what they want to hear, people gonna have something to say about you. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. Like, a lot of times, you know, people will meet with me, they want me to tell them what they want to hear, and I'm not that type of person. I'm gonna tell you the facts because I do this every day. I'm doing loan signings. I take loan signings on Sundays. I take loan signings on Saturdays. I take loan signings early in the morning, and I take loan signings late at night. So I'm in here, and I've worked with several lenders. So I am very much aware of how this business works, the ebbs and flows of this business. And yes, I do have multiple streams of income. I do have work from home jobs that are seasonal. Then during the winter months, I jump on my work from home jobs and I work. Because I know in this profession, the signings can go down. Summertime signings can go down. And I've been the type of person, like year 2, it was so scary around Christmas time. I think my car got repossessed or my car broke down. Something major financial happened. And I didn't have the funds because I ain't had no money coming in. And that was a scary, scary time. Scary time for me. So that was a very, very scary time for me in my business. So I learned, like, no, Nikki, you can't just depend on the notary business. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're trying to go hard to market, if y'all don't mesh together, then it's not gonna work out. Excuse me. If y'all not meshing together, it's not gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to come on here and give my little 2.5 cents on what Tabitha Brown said, because everybody is giving their opinion about what Tabitha Brown said, and I just wanted to say what I had to say about it at the time, because I just feel like I don't think anything she said was wrong. It's just like what people didn't want to hear, and that's the problem. People just didn't want to hear what she had to say, although she said nothing wrong. So thanks for watching.